of the blue corner. He weighed in at 246 pounds. He's wearing white trimmed in black. En la esquina azul, pesando 246 libras y vestiendo calzoncillos blanco con negro. His professional record, an outstanding 34 wins with 28 wins by knockout, only 3 defeats and 1 draw. Su récord profesional, 34 victorias, 3 derrotas y 1 empate con 28 ganadas por knockout. De Brooklyn, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the highly rated, very popular heavyweight contender, Shanon Briggs.
Jay Nady giving the final instructions to the two fighters.
Well,
Waller had a chance to train for this fight. He's a little beefy around the middle, and Shanon Briggs looks in tremendous physical condition. Remember, Briggs has had over 20 first-round knockouts, so he's a fast starter. Waller's got to survive the early round buzzsaw if he has any shot at winning this fight.
Don't go away from the TV.
Yeah, well, yeah. Lock up the dogs and close that refrigerator. Sit down and watch this one. This may not last long, but as long as it lasts, it's going to be exciting. Now let's see if Waller can get by 1 round with this guy, Shanon Briggs. Briggs, a world-class fighter, 3rd man in the ring, Jay Nady. Here we go. Briggs, a great big guy, nailed him with the right hand, and down he goes immediately. So Briggs takes him to the canvas in the first couple of seconds of the first round. Counts up to 6 and 7. He gets up. He's got to either grab onto this guy or be throwing. He can't stand right in front of him. Well, there's a quick wake-up for Waller. Waller's got his left hand down. Better hold it up there. Briggs is right through. And he drops him with a straight right hand. Counts it to 4 and 5. Now 6 and 7. He gets back up at 8. And so far, Waller is just making no contact. It's all over. The fight is stopped. It stopped. Waller couldn't continue. Referee Jay Nady looked into his eyes. And Briggs, a big, strong guy with a history of first-round knockouts, really destroyed him in the first round. There's just no contest at all. We thought that Waller, who had the 3 weeks to train for this fight, might be able to put up a bit of a defense for 2 or 3 or 4 rounds, but it didn't work out that way as Briggs just showed tremendous power. Well, there's the difference, Smitty, in a world-class fighter and an opponent.
Yeah, you know, Waller just froze once he got in there, especially after he was hit by the first right hand by Shanon Briggs, who has a tremendous history of starting out fast. That was his 21st first-round knockout, and although Waller talked the right talk about what he needed to do, he had no perspiration on him, too, when he came into the ring. He appeared to be dry, and once he was hit by the right hand, it was pretty much all over.
Well, it was all Shanon Briggs for as long as it lasted. I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't go a bit longer. But, you know, the trouble is in the heavyweight division, Smitty, is there's no secret that guys that are in this caliber, they've got to be very careful how they pick the opponents. Probably the best example of that was the selection of Chris Bird for David Tua. David Tua in the heavyweight division, the kid from New Zealand, was in position for a world title shot, and he takes on a bad opponent, in this case. You know, it's hard to knock the management to put him in a fight like this, to keep him tuned up while he gets a shot for the big paydays, because unfortunately it's about money, and this kid just didn't have it.
Now we saw the first knockdown. There's the second. Remember, though, Shanon Briggs, that same right hand nearly had Lennox Lewis on the canvas, certainly hurt him. There's a lot of power Shanon does in the right hand. He sets it up, dips, gets behind it. This next one, though, right there.
Oh, that was a really solid shot that dropped him down, and he couldn't clear his head in the next, 8 to 9 seconds. And when he got up and the referee, Jay Nady, looked into his eyes, he said, no, there's no sense of making a punching bag out of this kid. Ordinarily, they don't make matches like this, but Jason Waller had some pedigree in that he got a few rounds against Brian Nielsen. He had a few rounds with Andrew Galata. He went a few rounds with Jorge Gonzalez and Adelson Rodriguez. He got a few rounds in, but Briggs just really nailed him with that straight right hand.
you know, heavyweights are like cats. They have 9 lives. And once again, Shanon Briggs has another one. Again, he is being talked about as one of the he's on that short list for a Mike Tyson opponent. He's on the short list. So for him, big bucks could be ahead.
All right, here's that ring
Ladies and
announcement.
gentlemen, referee Jay Nady stops this bout at 37 seconds of the first round. Referee Jay Nady para esta pelea. 37 segundos del asalto número 1. The winner by TKO victory, Shanon Briggs.
Well, the Spanish announcers are going to interview Shanon Briggs, and the fact of the matter
in the heavyweight division between Lawrence Claybay, the 1996 Olympian, a guy by the name of Gary Winman, and Winman has done a little bit of winning, but he too has not had a lot of fights of late. That'll be our first fight, and with that, let's take a look